We want people to see cool battles and hard battles. Those are the words from our championship leader, Rai, and we use those words to bring you to the broadcast of the penultimate round of the season. Hello and welcome as we try and bring you and give you and provide you with the action that Rai has just talked about last week. And it's a perfect way, it is a perfect way to bring you into the penultimate round where we have a circuit that in real life has delivered such good racing for Formula 1. And if it can deliver good racing in the real world, is it even a question about this? We're going to be in for some event. We're going to be in for some race. We cannot wait for this one to get underway. 3 minutes and 20 seconds now to go of this practice session. We always like to bring you to show you the final few minutes of practice. But we've got drivers attacking hard. And as you can see, 41 milliseconds between first, second and third. Rontian at the front, Mardu in second, and then you have Raul Crespo in third. This is going to be close, exciting and brilliant. So it's really great that you have been able to join us on a day where we could crown a champion. Could, possibly. Nothing goes to plan here in ACSL, so most likely we will not. But if we see Rai finish outside the top 10, then there's basically no chance of that. He has to at minimum be in the top 10, and that is if, let's say, his rivals, Code Mayonnaise, Mardu, don't find themselves scoring at all, which is pretty unlikely. That's like the worst scenario. You'd need Rai to basically be in the top 10, but no, it's not going to go like that. We can definitely mention and discuss it more if Rai's in first, and then you see all of his contenders much more lower down. But a unique point system here in ACSL. We award 38 points to the winner, and you get 34 for second. For third you get 30, and then for people it's 28, and it goes down and down and down all the way through, reducing one number each time. You can get 1 point for pole. That is the session that's coming up next. And then in the race you can also get a bonus point for the fastest tour. We have it in ACSL this season. Real life Formula 1 will not be holding that point. You're right now looking at the driver that's third place in your picture at the moment. It is Raul Crespo, who came in last time out looking to contend. He'll be looking to contend even more now, because as you can see, he'll be encouraged by the pace that he's been able to show, considering that he's only 41 thousandths away from the driver that is in P1. That is traction zones around the circle. That can change that. Braking a little bit later. Just adapting or changing to a different line. There's so many different ways that can change, because it's only thousandths of a second, and well, the drivers have to replicate that and probably even do better than that when it comes to the proper qualifying session. That is the goal ahead of each and every one of them. And every single point, if your name is Mardu, if your name is Code, it is important and vital to be scoring every single point you can. And that bonus point that you can get for pole position is a great place to start. It's a great place, and also can give you a lot of confidence for the race. But with how the races have been this season, pole position, yes, it can secure you that 1 point. If you want to take 4 extra points compared to your rival in the race by finishing in first compared to second, then you have to work for it. We have seen battles go down all the way to the end. When I say the end, around other circuits, basically about this part, very nearly to the line. Some have been to the line even. It's been barely believable. And we're ready to do it once again. A little bit low in attendance compared to what we usually have for you, but that will not affect things at all. I was actually talking with Dante earlier, and we were both basically joking how we've mostly just had the camera on the drivers at the top. But that's because lately it is just the drivers at the top mostly, where we just cannot cut away at any point. When we do get a chance to cut away, we of course do show some of the other drivers, but it's mostly just been of the fun. And of course you're going to get great battles, 7th, 6th, 5th, all the way down, But I think what we can definitely tell you is you're going to get some fantastic racing coming your way in tonight's action. As we mentioned, it's the penultimate round of this season. Imola, where we held our test race all those weeks ago now. We'll be holding a final there once again, and that is critical for the drivers when it comes to the ones who were able to race in that event. They will have prior experience of how it is to race these cars in this type of circuit, or that type of circuit rather, and that little advantage of not only of course having driven the circuit and having put in the hours to practice on that circuit already, they'll do more on top of that, but just being able to race properly at the fastest levels will definitely help. But new drivers will definitely put in the preparation to make sure they are in the mix as well. Here is Jamie Ward, he's bringing it to the end of the tour. So to the end of the lap there he will go. A lap that runs to 15 corners, he's going through the 15th right now. And then it is over the line stuff. And you wait to see what effort has been set on the board. No effort that time around, but there will be efforts coming in about under, wait for it, 50 seconds time. We are going to be seeing some tight gaps. I think we can definitely tell, considering what we've just seen in practice. I think tight gaps is what we're going to get today in qualifying. The race will be interesting as well, the management and everything that goes into it. We'll once again be able to speak to our top group after the race, so that is going to be quite a lot of fun, and we really cannot wait for that. Do let us know in the live chat your thoughts ahead of this qualifying into the race, any predictions and anything to mention. Do let us know. It's always great to see what you people think, not always just myself. Here we go. We now look over into the pit lane. A flurry of cars out there. One of them is Victor Augustiniak, a driver who has come alive. A driver who has, I think we have to say, just absolutely come alive over the last few rounds. The last 2 rounds in specific mainly, as we momentarily show you the standings while everyone's on their outlaps. Really, it has come alive lately, and it is absolutely great to see that all of these drivers putting in the effort. But there's the championship standings, as you can see. Rise at the front by 19 points. Then you have Code Mayonet. Mardu is in 3rd. Anish Ben in 4th. Spapen. Ronnie Roynton is in 6th. And then Augustiniak in 7th, the driver we were just referencing. And you can see the rest of the standings on your screen as well. We'll take you back to live pictures though, so you're actually able to see the action that we have planned for you today. But continuing on with what we were saying about Victor Augustiniak. First of all, he was involved in an absolutely brilliant fight with an esports driver, Fushiki, in the round at Kyalami. So that was quite good as well from him. Really good stuff to take it and to win that as well. Fushiki blew the field away in this session, qualifying. But in the race, it was attacking brilliance from Augustiniak, we have to say, to be able to take that one away. Attacking, defensive, driving as well. He was really tested there. And we asked him last time, after he had done the same thing, of course lost out in the end, after brilliant stuff from Rai as well, but we put the question to him then, okay, so did you experience last time? Did you experience last time help in terms of being able to, well, battle with an esports driver, do the battling in the exact same style that he did with Rai? Did that help him in preparation for this? Of course, this being the round at Laguna Seca last time. And the answer was yes. For Augusta. Now he's got another one under his belt. Rye's incredibly talented. Rye's our championship leader. I don't even think I need to tell you that. Of how talented and how amazingly skilled he is. Through Ferragiro we go with Augusta. Around the Sao Paulo circuit, Interlagos. And it plays host to the penultimate round, as I've already mentioned. It's the 5th round of the season. We'll be heading to Imola to wrap up the championship next time out, and we will also, as we wrap up next week, it means that, well, we've got your weekends covered until Formula 1 returns on the 15th and 16th of March. That weekend. We've got you covered till then. Next week was supposed to be a break with absolutely nothing on for you, but no. Due to the 1 week sacrifice that we gave to the week before Laguna Seca, it's meant that everything's been pushed back 1 week. And it is all definitely looking good. And we cannot wait to crown a champion then. Okay, for now though, we're trying to crown a pole sitter. Let's see the laps across the line. So, Lagosniak once again ahead of the field. Spapen goes to 2nd place. The driver who is 5th in the championship at the moment. And then it's Crespo. Rye is in 4th. Jamie was in 5th, now in 6th. Because Mayenertz has found a time for what was 2nd, now 3rd. Now it belongs to Rontian as well. A driver who wanted to be fastest of all in practice. He missed out, and then he got it a few minutes later by about 5,000ths of a second. So, well, he got what he wanted to be fastest of all, but can he be quickest when it comes to the final result of this qualifying session? Right now as it stands, he's over a 10th and a half away. But there's so much room for improvement. In a 15-minute qualifying session, there's always time to take it further and further forward in terms of lap time. And there would have been errors, there would have been mistakes for the different drivers. But it's all about, can they improve on it? Can they provide something to get them further up? Mardu in 6th. Driver has just set a time that is 7.5 tenths over that away from the man in your picture to the man about to take the checkered flag once again to complete this lap. Not the checkered flag to the session yet, still have 9 minutes to go for that. Into the Senna S we go. Also a bit of information. If any drivers do cut, Spapen goes quickest. If any drivers do cut the Senna S chicane and go over it in qualifying, it's a 60-second time penalty. So the game doesn't detect the corner cut there. So someone basically could just straight line it to take pole position if someone wanted to, which of course hopefully no one would. But if anyone does, it's a 60-second time penalty. So that's just a bit of information. For the race, it will be dealt with accordingly. But for qualifying, it's absolutely not accepted, but for the race, it will be dealt with accordingly. So there still will be punishment for the race. So don't think about doing it. But yes, that's just a bit of side information for everyone as well. Spin there for the driver who just went quickest, and a very quick trip back to the pit lane. A few buttons touched. Straight in. Readjust his settings. Go back out there and push on to see whether he can extend his advantage. And extend the gap that's already 0.4 of a second. Rontian right now on 100 points. It sees him directly behind Spapen, who we're watching right now. He has 5 points to go till he gets up to the pen. Further 1 point, as Alex Ben has 106 to 4th. So opportunities are there for a gain of positions in the championship. But same goes for Gusniak. I mean, he could overtake 3 drivers if he wanted to. He could even overtake Marju and Cove if it's such a great day for him, but it would need quite a bit of chaos. Quite a bit of ACSL chaos, quite a bit of retirements. Here is Raul Crespo. He's in 3rd. Well, remember we were here last week, and we've been here before quite a few times this season, where you just got someone who is well clear on pole, and then the race is just a completely different story, where everyone's just battling like it's the last lap of the Grand Prix every time. But, well, we love it. We love it. I'm not saying it's a bad thing. That's not a bad thing, by the way. The battling like that is great. Ever since Monza, we've had some great races. Ever since Hockenheim, races have been thrilling, amazing to watch. But yeah, we've been here quite a few times where we've had a big gap to first, and it's just been battling for second. We had a similar situation last time, but if I remember correctly, it all switched around very quickly, and it was Papen with a little out to take pole. So this gap can still be closed in, and absolutely will be attempted by every single one of these drivers. We will all be looking to push on. We have 5 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock. Time is running out. Right now, the 1 point is in the possession of Ronnie Bointian. His lap time is a 1 minute 52.679. And that was set for his last lap. The last flying lap that he had. So, into the pit lane. We're just going to see a few drivers regroup now. You can see Spapen coming in the background. Crespo on the brakes into the pit lane. So, 2nd and 3rd come in. Rontian is back out there on the circuit as he'll look to try and extend. Here is Gusniak. We show you all the cameras in the world until we get to the one that we want. We want to go on board and see what it's like behind the wheel when you're getting it slowed down for the 4th turn of this circuit. How much curve are you taking? How wide are you running the car? And a challenging part of the circuit. Uphill to Ferradura, who around the outside there would be quite impressive if anyone's able to pull it off. You're fighting away with the car all the way through around this circuit. It's all about executing the lines, braking at the right time, not running too wide like you've just seen, or it can mean that you're all out of shape when you're back onto the tarmac. For Gusniak, pushing on when we go on to the next lap on the brakes. He's slowing down because of course he's not pushing on fully right now unless he's coming back into the pit lane. Is he going to take the widest line possible? I think he's getting out of the way. Lots going. And I thought it was originally taking the widest line possible, taking the widest berth onto this straight to give him the best possible speed, which he might still be doing. Who knows? Who knows? Every little advantage helps. To get yourself up to 3rd, to get yourself up to 2nd, to possibly even the 1 point for pole. We go over the DRS marker board, which we don't need in this series. It's already exciting. Drivers have plenty of chances to make overtakes already. I think we'd lose our heads if we had DRS and these type of things. Don't know how they'd fit that in, but I mean, technology is quite fresh these days, so they'd probably find a way, but I don't know how we'd be able to keep up with the racing if there was actually DRS in this. We'd be going 4 wide like every corner. It would be quite something. Good luck to us in the commentary box if that was the case. But as we mentioned, the racing that we get here in ACSL with these Renault Clio Cup cars, you get battles that go corner after corner, and the battles that continue for a long period of time. And that's the main thing. you don't like to see. While it's great if someone can pull off a great move and then pull away and show their class, but you always want to see, you always want to watch drivers who are able to just push themselves, just absolutely push themselves to the limit, push each other to the limit, and battles that go on lap after lap, corner after corner. That's exactly what Augustiniak and Rai did last round. We go to the previous round. That's exactly what the esports driver Krishiki and Augustiniak did as well. That's what we love about ACSL racing. It's not just sending it up the inside and we're done. That's it. Say goodnight. Even if you have the pace, you have loads of things to manage. Rai comes into this right now as it stands in 6th. Augustiniak improves to 3rd position. He begins what is going to be his final lap in this session as he looks to try and take it away. And no, he will not be able to take it away as he takes and makes his own line through. There's Brandon Bartok with his incredible livery. Absolutely incredible livery for Brandon Bartok, as he will get through. And we know what Brandon Bartok, because he'll be one of the first drivers to complete their final laps, kicking up the smoke as he gets his foot down to the floor, waiting for the next corner to come up. He'll run the car to the left-hand side as possible, and that gives him the best opportunity to maximize the road, get it slowed down, rotating it through once again. Then it's time to turn left before once again you're getting ready for the right turn. And once again you want to take the car wide, close as possible to the grass. Don't want to run too wide on the exit. A lot goes on behind the wheel, as you can see, because you're having to correct the car to not go on the grass in the way Brandon Bartok has. Over the curb. Once again, using all of the road possible and even a bit more. The checkered flag is out. At the end of qualifying, Brandon Bartok is going to be the first driver to cut the lead. And we're going to see whether he'll be able to find any improvement. Well, it was all over the road throughout the lap. Let's see what he's going to do as he comes over the line. An incredibly talented driver he has shown in past races. No improvement, as I think the lap pretty much showed us. Now, this is Dantis Papen. Can he find the 1 point for pole? Can he put the pressure on Ronnie Boynton, who has it for the moment? Up through the gears. The checker flag awaits him. Here comes Papen to the line. Does Papen take it away? Over the line we go. No! He's going to miss out. Papen misses out. He got close. He was a 10th away. Crespo's been pushing on a lot to say that he is all over the back right now. As here we go, up towards the line, trying to get the slipstream. They're all over the road. We're basically side by side. But yes, for Rai, for Crespo, no improvement due to that moment. Sweeney won't be able to do anything as he's in the pit lane. And Brontian has taken pole. His first effort was good enough. And by over a 10th of a second, he's beaten Spapen, who will join him on the front row. How about that, everyone? The excitement that we mentioned taking place. As it stands, Mayonertz, if he was to finish ahead, he would gain. Mardu would lose points to Rai. We will be speaking to our top 3 by the end of the checkered flag. We'll get to talk to them. But who are we going to speak to, and in which order will we do so? This is going to be vital stuff in terms of the championship fight, but also in terms of seeing see who's going to take the race win. Okay. Time to go to the pit lane. Here we go. This is really tensed moments. We have been looking forward and waiting for this. It's a race that could crown a champion, but loads of things have to go wrong for the likes of Mayonet, Marju, Anis Ben, Spapen, Ronnie Rontian, and even Augustniak, if that is to be the case. By the evidence of Rice qualifying, he seems to be struggling a little bit more compared to the other rounds. So that could spice up the championship if Mayonet can get a good result. So if you are one of Rye's rivals, then this could be a day that you take advantage. It's not often that Rye is out of position like this. It is time to go racing. It's a race that we could see a champion crown. It's about to begin. Here are the lights. And we leave the line for the penultimate time this season. Good launch for Dantis Papen. It's going to be the lead for Dantis Papen as he will beat Ronnie Rontian down to the centre S. It'll be tight in the battle for third position. I think Crespo's got there. Crespo has got there. Crespo moves on to P3. It's a good launch. It's a great start for Rye, who gets past Mayonet. Augustniak's ahead. It's super tight. They are banging wheels in the battle for 5th, in the battle for 6th, as Mayonet tries to get there. It'll be tight stuff between the two of them as we make our way towards turn number 4. All the while, Crespo's had a great start. He's trying to move on to second place. Can he do so? Thinking about the inside. Very nearly contact. Crespo runs wide. Crespo runs wide. But he rejoins. Does Rye get ahead? Rye does get ahead. Super stuff from Rye. And on the opening tour, is this going to be Rontian taking back the lead that he lost in the opening meters? The long way round of Ferradura. Will the long way round of Ferradura take him ahead? It's super tight. Trying to get the switchback. Spapen runs wide, and the inside line belongs to Rontian if he can get it slowed down. Spapen has the momentum, and after that, Spapen still has the position. It is still super tight. Still super tight. Further back is Rontian thinking about it once again. Places the car on the outside line. Rye late on the brakes. Rye's moved up to P3. Incredible stuff for him, having started in 6th. You've got Mayonet battling in 5th. Augustniak's in 6th. Sweeney's in 7th. Marge's dropped a couple of positions as well. And Augustniak will surely get there. Very nearly contact. Show the grass. Is Mayonet who will lose out in the SPD Racing Esports livery car. As we come over the line once again, 28 minutes to go. The first lap is complete. The top 4 are together. And you are taking a look at Mayonet, who will be thinking about whether it's the inside, whether it's the outside, on the run towards the centre S. Into the braking zone. And oh my word, that's absolutely outrageous. Contact Sweeney. Sweeney's gonna nearly lose the car. I thought he was gonna overtake 2 cars. I couldn't believe what I would have saw. We didn't see it, but we still are seeing an incredible battle. They're still somehow together after all of that, as Rontian for the lead. Here we go. Battle for the lead. We are going to see these 2 drivers be latest. Oh no! Rontian is off! Rontian's off the road! And the top 2 make a bit of contact. And where does it leave Spapen? He's still in P1. Rye says thank you very much. Second belongs to him. So many changes in this race. As Mayonet's thinking about it. Late to the brakes by Sweeney still. And Sweeney has got the place. Mayonet, does he send it? And that will be Marju trying to get in there over the road, and that will be into the park. Big crash and contact there. Marju collecting round Mayonet, and that's disappointment for Mayonet. The driver is second in the championship, will lose even more positions. All the while, Crespo trying to get past one. The championship contenders are sprayed absolutely everywhere, and it looked for a moment that it was in the favour of Mayonet. Rye's got up there, and he's off the road, he's on the grass, and he's trying to recover off the grass, and Crespo takes second place. Crespo moved through into second after we saw a big moment coming in for Rontian and Rye as they were battling. There we go with Rontian though. Rontian trying to close in, I should say, on this. He was right with the big moment off the road. And they are so late on the brakes. It was like Rontian was going to run into the back. More contact being made, possibly through the centre S. So that will be over the road from Jamie Ward. So Ward goes over the road. And in the background there goes Brandon Bartol. Watching 7th position. And Jamie Ward's going to lose another position. Margie will also move up. The driver P3 in the championship. He needs to make some moves. And he needs to do them now. Look in the background. Oh my goodness, betrayed your own line stop. So off the road went Sweeney and Bartop, while I was trying to pay attention to see whether Jamie Ward could fight back against Margie. The answer to that question was yes. And he's going past another one. Jamie Ward going past another car. Got past Margie now. And also cleared Bartop as well. Bartop trying to get in the mix. And he'll be set the long way around. Not the most grippiest part of the circuit. For Brandon Bartop, what he does have is a good view of the dive bomb that's incoming from Marju. Sends it up the inside. Jamie Ward knows he's there. And they very nearly make a bit of contact. Banging door to door. Keeping his foot in all the way around the outside. Brave for Marju. Will he be able to get in there? Battle for the lead. Here comes Crespo. Down the start-finish straight. It will be the race lead for Crespo when we cut the beam over the line and go on to the next lap. But what making the move so early is meant for Crespo is that Spapen's got a big opportunity. He's tucked in the slipstream. He's the driver with the overspeed, and he's the driver going hyper late on the brakes in towards the first corner. The outside line means that Crespo's got better momentum on the exit. It means that he's still our leader, but his line's compromised now because he's gone off. He's wide absolutely everywhere. Spapen's going to get another chance to fight back. Let's go on board with the driver who started in second, got the lead, lost it, gained it again, then lost it, trying to gain it once more. He is once again on the brakes. Super late, but the outside line for Crespo working well so far. Will it work well this time around? Because he may have been shown the curb. And this time around, Spapen moves through. Spapen gets by. Unless Crespo is gonna think about it. Round the outside into Ferradura. He's not gonna make that move, is he? Oh, I thought he would have. Thought he was going to go, but that would have been extraordinary. Spapen, look at that from Spapen, having to basically move to the inside last second to make sure there wasn't a dive bomb from Crespo, because if you leave the door open to your rival, Crespo's going to take it. Crespo trying to get by, and will Crespo do it? Once again, having to block the middle of the circuit is Spapen. Deep breath on the power once more. And there'll be another opportunity when we go over the line and towards those famous center S's. You can see when we're on board with more Crespo, he's trying to take every single braking zone, every single line better than Dandis Spapen, even if it means that he's having to work extra hard behind the wheel. He's the chasing car, he's the man applying the pressure. Here we go then. On to the start-finish straight. Unless it's a late dive bomb, he's not going to get by this time around. Is it going to be a late dive bomb though? He's going to think better of it. He knows he's got the pace. He's just got to execute it. Just got to wait for the right moment. The right moment could be in a few moments time. Oh, he's got past over that curve. It was a slow exit for Spapen. Crespo gets by, but he was all over the curve, very nearly on the grass as he did so. So, Crespo moves through. Rye is going to be trying to keep behind Augustiniak. Spapen still trying to retake this position. Crespo late to the brakes. Very nearly didn't make the corner. And now it's Spapen doing the chasing. Can Spapen go to the outside? Sells the dummy. Will dive down the inside of Ferradura. Crespo, though, late on the brakes. They're both going to run in deep together. And when they both go back to the ideal part of the circuit, it'll still be side by side. Crespo will turn in, and Spapen absolutely knows he's there. Racing room being provided, and that's the critical thing. It's exactly what we were referencing earlier to you. that when these drivers do battle, it goes on corner after corner, lap after lap, and they all give racing room. Oh no, they've collided! They've collided! Spapen into the side of Crespo, and Crespo spins around, and right when I was saying racing room had been given all the way through, that's the moment where it became a little bit too close for comfort, and it's meant that Crespo drops down to 5th. Spapen now has rival company and a Guzniak company. These two drivers, well, two drivers who just know just a little about battling hard at the front. Before they battle at the front, they want to battle amongst themselves. Let's do part 2 of this battling from Laguna Seca all the way to Brazil. And you can see there's the chance. He's pulling out of the slipstream. He's going past. They're all over the road. Into the center S we go. Augustiniak will be late on the brakes. Rye will try and get to the inside part of the circuit now. And he was to the inside part of the circuit. Was that a spin? Was that contact? It was a bit of contact between the two of them. Oh! Big moment! Big moment for the championship leader. And he's into the path of Rontian. So Rontian and Rye made contact originally when they made their way to part 1 of the corner. Then when we got to part 2, it was even more contact. It's ended badly for Rontian, who is going to drop down to 5th. Crespo moves back up to 4th. Wow, it really is that race where, well, praising the drivers and then there's a lot of contact. Okay guys, we'll go back. We'll go back to the clean, calm racing. Don't worry. We'll go back to the clean, calm racing. That's how it works. That's how it works. I'll make sure I'm not too kind to them again. It's not ended well, has it? Not ended well. Let's see if Augustiniak and Spapen, though, are able to do it. But of course, I think that was a situation of... We saw so many situations, I think, across this race and across all the rounds so far, that misjudging a braking point by a bit, or just turning in general. When they're battling so hard for so long, you are going to get contact at some point. But it's quite interesting it's happened right when I was praising them. Commentators curse. Definitely shouldn't have said that. I think the best way forward is just praising them afterwards. Afterwards. I think the commentators curse will wipe away frosty 7 days before we go racing once again. So it all works out, doesn't it? It all works out pretty much. But back to proper race commentary, as I know you're all here for that, and to actually hear about what's going on the circuit. Jamie Ward in 7th, and he is 7 tenths away from Nathan Sweeney. That's the gap between 6th and 7th at this stage. As Co-Maynard sets the personal best last time around. He's the driver in the back of your picture as well. He's the driver who will be trying to join this party. Jamie Ward runs slightly wide. Loads of moments of brinkmanship so far. Getting some more now. Augustiniak. Well, this will be the 3rd race in a row that he's been a part of the battle for the lead. And if it goes down to the last lap, it was the 3rd race in a row that he's actually been leading at some point of the last lap and been battling for the lead as well. Big stuff for Rye. Further back in the field as well. Remember, Rye is our championship leader, and he's trying to further take it away from the field. When we spoke to Rye earlier on, we spoke to Rye basically yesterday, or sorry, last week I should rather. He of course told us that unless Co-Maynard can bring the challenge to him, I think he's pretty much got the championship wrapped up. Had Augustiniak been able to challenge since the start, it could have been a different story in this championship battle. But instead, it's been brilliant performances to end the season, and that will give him confidence before we head to the next season. So we'll definitely get the chance next season to be in contention. As Maynard is going to gain a position. A mistake possibly coming in from Jamie Ward. As we give Bartov and Brantos a bit of screen time. Yeah, Brantos over here, he's under attack from Marju. Some of the drivers running near the back. These are some of the drivers running near the front, and the gap is fluctuating. Going wild is this gap between Verpen and Guzniak. It's adjusting to 1.3, then all the way up all of a sudden to 4/10. And it will continue to change, I'm sure. As Guzniak tries to close the gap in and tries to apply some pressure to Verpen, who was in the lead last race, but had a mistake on the opening lap. And that brought an end to that story for him. But it would have been a race that Verpen would have been satisfied with, considering that he was not actually meant to be racing there. So he had a bit of a wrist injury last time, so it was most likely he wouldn't race, but he still decided to race and he still managed to get points, and that's the thing. That's the thing about it. If a driver is able to execute that, then... Oh, that's close. That's close. I thought we were getting ready for part one of this battle between Verpen and Guzniak. Victor Guzniak making his way through. Marju is out of the race. But in terms of this battle, oh, that is going to be over the grass, trying to keep it out of the wall. And Verpen was going to be under massive pressure down the start-finish straight. That massive pressure will not be for any longer, because now, if Guzniak wants to challenge for the win, he's first of all got 1.9 seconds to go, and a rapid right behind as well. So it's going to be fascinating. It's definitely going to be fascinating stuff. We'll look over to Code Maynard, who will definitely have a chance. Nathan Sweeney's ahead, but for how much longer? Because the ZRS is coming his way now, and he's much more deeper on the brakes. That could be too deep on the brakes, though. He's still going to make the corner, but not ahead of Sweeney, which was his goal when he exited the final corner on the previous tour. But 2.2 seconds is now the gap between first and second in the race. Rye is 1.1 seconds further behind. We've got Crespo 6 seconds away as well, after the big moment happened for him when he collided with Verpen after battling for the win. We have 13 minutes and 40 seconds to go on the clock. It is a race that still has lots to offer, lots to deliver. We cannot wait to see what else is going to be in the story and in the chapter. 5th round of the season. Guzniak now has to go to work. He's got to put in the effort to another level, considering Verpen is quick, really quick, considering he's got right behind, but that could be good for him as well. Might give him the chance to push, but that wide moment a few meters before on the previous lap has hurt him massively. And the gap is now 3 seconds, and it will be Rye who will surely get the chance, as Maynard is getting past Sweeney. He got that done. He got that done at the final turn of the circuit. And if we look to the opening few turns of the circuit, these drivers much more further up ahead. These drivers both absolutely incredible. They have a bit of history from last week after battling so hard for the win. Now they're battling for second place. This time around, Rye will try and make quick work as we head down to turn number 4. He is going to brake early. We'll try to do the switchback. Sees Guzniak run wide, and when we go on board with him, he'll be alongside. When we go on board with him, he'll be ahead. Rye moves up to second position, and he's a full car length ahead. Can Guzniak now do exactly what he did last week and continue to attack and put the pressure on? And you can see Guzniak's there. Rye will be wide. Guzniak will get the chance down the inside. Once again, it'll be a story of the switchback. Getting the power down. Rye will try and make this work. If you can't do it this time around, you'll get loads more opportunities still. 11 minutes still to go. But he's a driver who can be quite talented as well when it comes to under-braking. But this is exciting. This is where it's all on the line. So let's see whether Rye can do it this time around. a driver who's been on the top step of the podium quite a few times. Agostniak also found that exact same accolade in Kyle Army when he beat the esports driver Krishiki to that win. And when these two had a battle together on the circuit, it was also incredible to watch and see how incredibly Rai took the win. This time it's a late lunge into the center S. How on earth did he get that one slowed down? It was super late on the brakes. Can he pull it off? He'll be sent off the road. These two taking each other right to the edge, taking each other right to the limit. Rai gets ahead, but once again, you know what's coming next. You know Agostniak is going to fight back once more to the same part of the circuit. And he's pulling out of the slipstream, thinking about it. When we get to the braking zone, he won't be thinking about it for any longer because he's fully committed to the move, and it's going to be the same story. So, Agostniak gets ahead into the corner. When we go towards Ferradura, it will be once again Rai inching ahead, not by a full car length this time around. Agostniak still in there. Once again, Agostniak will be late on the brakes. Rai with the switchback. He now gets the power down, and now once again, can he retake it? Oh my word, how has Agostniak used the momentum to stay ahead? Rai has had to go later on the brakes. This is remarkable. And it is Agostniak ahead. Can we see? Oh, Rai was thinking about it once again. Rai was thinking about it once again. But goodness me, is this race delivering. Are we going to see Rai take a further step forward? The answer is about to come our way. Across the line once again. We're used to some great battles for first, but we're getting one amazing battle for second, where once again ahead into the braking zone will be Rai, but then Agostniak in the second phase is going to hold it. Can Rai fight back once more? Off the road this time goes Agostniak. Rai's going to have the opportunity. On board we go. It's getting super tight. So Agostniak slightly slow down the straight, and now can Rai be later on those brakes? I think we know what's going to come next. Wide once again for Agostniak. This is remarkable. How is this happening? Lap after lap, the exact same things being repeated. And once again, you're surely going to see Agostniak be late on the brakes. And once again, you'll possibly... Oh, Rai's this time going to keep his foot in on the outside. So, it didn't work last time around. He's gone for something different this time. And now Agostniak gets over to the middle of the circuit, which we've seen so many drivers do, to defend that part. Just like last week, everyone. The adrenaline's now running. I'm walking up and down in this commentary box, rather than standing still how I should. At least it means I don't have to go to the gym. ACSL Saturday. It gets the job done with how much I'm walking up and down in this commentary box. It's absolutely incredible. It is absolutely incredible. So, for a live update, by the way, as it stands, Rai would increase the championship gap to 23 points. These are the live standings I'm telling you right now, with a 6th for Mayonet, with a 3rd for Rai. That would be the championship standings. And thinking about it into turn number 1, but Rai wants second. Rai wants to increase. Oh, he's nearly tagged Agostniak into the spin. They rejoin, and first it was Agostniak who went round. This time it's Rai who goes round, but they will both rejoin in formation, hopefully, and continue this thrilling battle, which will go on to, hopefully, what will be the next few laps, with 6 minutes and 33 seconds to go on the clock. Going to just quickly check who does the fastest lap. As well. great lap, we have to say, set by Ronnie Winfield. But he'll be too far away. But what we can tell you is it doesn't really belong to Rye for that championship gap. So no effect there at the moment. So as we mentioned, 23 points would be the gap. However, if he can turn that from a third to a second, then the gap would be increased all the way to 27. That would be a big gain, that would be a big lead, but that would basically be one hand of the championship trophy territory. Why, if you can get that much of an advantage, but still, things can happen. Things can go wrong. We've seen it so many times. But at the moment, you have to say a great performance from Dante's Prepared, who is at the front of the field. There's been quite a few contacts today, we have to say. Loads of drivers will not be happy. I think these two could be one of them. Both of them will believe that they had quite a bit of pace, but now they're about to entertain us and show some of their race mark, show some of their talent. On board we go with Ronnie Runtian, 6th in the championship. Wants to increase that. He won't be overtaking Spapen, that is for sure. No man is spent today, so that's an opportunity that he has got. And that's an opportunity he will definitely take with both hands. Augustiniak will be moving ahead as well, off Ronnie Runtian. But he wants to minimise the gap, minimise the loss rather, to make sure that when we get to Imola next time out, he's got a chance to gain that back. But these two putting on a show as well, we have to say. I think it is always worth mentioning that these drivers put in the practice to deliver us with such fantastic racing and go for things that aren't even possible or don't look possible, but in reality it is truly remarkable. We go through and are about to go through the final few corners around this racetrack, this configuration of circuit. But as it stands, the championship is absolutely going to next week, but it's going to be Rye who will put one hand on the championship trophy. I think we can definitely tell you that. Who's going to be in fourth? No clue, because Runtian is ahead. Crespo will get the run. He is now getting the toe, and he's going to get the toe dished out to him all the way down to the centre S. On board we go. Personal best being set by Rye. Unfortunately, the gap is still 1.2 seconds between the pair of them. Between these two drivers, though, it's Crespo who is having to think about where he could gain compared to Runtian. This could be a great opportunity. He seems to have got a good exit, or a better exit at least compared to Runtian. And that means that he could get a great chance as we make our way down towards the fourth turn on this circuit, as Brandon Bartop is trying to get past Jamie Ward. Brilliant stuff between these two as well. Now look, you may not have a battle for the lead, and we may not be getting the box office ending that you have been used to over the last few weeks, but what we do have is two still brilliant fights. Brandon Bartop running wide, joined by Jamie Ward. And having to go defensive now. That'll be brave stuff. Ward being sent all over the road. And Brandon Bartop, when he rejoins, he'll have Jamie Ward to the inside, and Ward will get by. But these two are going to continue their battle and continue their fight. As Jamie Ward will retake the position. As we head through, down through the end of this lap. And once again, it will be the run down towards the first turn. Take centre stage. Here we go then. Can Bartol make the move to take the position? Final lap. Is he going to send it? Is he going to dive bomb? Oh, he's going to lose the car. I thought he was. I thought he was. That's why that sentence was extended to something you'd never normally see, but instead it was drifting. Instead it was drifting. At least he got a drift on camera for himself. But I don't think it's the one that he would have wanted. He would have wanted a talented Brandon Barton going to work. Down into the Senna S. The talented Dantis Papen has gone to work today. Augustniak's tried his best to close in the gap. He'll get it down very nearly to a second. But for Dantis Papen, the last braking zone is coming up in a few meters time on what has been a talented and brilliant performance, where he is going to take the checker flag. Well, he's had lots of issues. He's had a fist injury this season. He's had lag issues as well. But it's been a perfect day, I think we can say today, as he will come over the line to take the checkered flag in Brazil. It's Dantis Papen who's on top. He takes the penultimate round of the season, and it's drift stuff over the line, sending it wherever you can. You can crash the car, you can do what you want with it now, because you've reached the flag, and that is the race complete. With Augustniak in second place, Rai puts one hand on the championship trophy with P3, Rontian in fourth, and you have, moving up, Maynard in fifth. So Maynard's in fifth, Crespo's in sixth, then Sweeney, Jamie Ward is in eighth position. And then over the line, Brandon Bartop. There we go. There we go. Using my advice. Using my advice indeed. As you've taken the checker flag. But yes, I'm unsure what's going on with Maynards and Crespo in their fifth and sixth exchange. We'll work out and we'll see what happened with that more. But that could be extra critical points of the championship now, if that is the case. But Spapen, Augustniak, neck and neck. Augustniak definitely pushed hard, and I think it's fair to say, it is fair to say, next season he is a driver to watch when it comes to the championship fight. Don't be surprised if we get to the end of that and he is your champion. Well, how about that then? How about that? Absolutely remarkable racing and action that we have been treated to today as we go commentators camp. Perfect timing, because we're going to get some interviews in. The top three will be speaking to us as well. So, just got to get our lovely friend that is Discord loaded up. And then we are able to do interviews. How exciting. How exciting indeed. So, just going to make sure everything works. We'll be speaking to Spapen, to Augustniak, to Rai. Here we go. Find the correct server. Go in the interview room. And it's exactly where. What is that? My RTC. Okay, right. Here we go. I think everything's working. Right, we're going to speak to our top three then. And we're going to first of all, we don't have Rai, so we'll instead go first, second, third. And then once Rai comes, we'll hopefully speak with him as well. And then after that, I think we're going to do what we did last week as well. And that is also, at the same time, let the top three just debrief amongst themselves. Which is always nice to see. I always like that. The cool down room, basically, after I've asked my questions. But joining us now up here in the commentary box is Dantis Papen, your winner from round 5. How does that sound?
Fastest laps all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. He closed that gap in massively as well near the end. But, well, that was, first of all, a challenging race. So, first of all, can you talk us through qualifying? How did that session go? The 15 minutes of trying to get to pole position. So, how was that qualifying session? Anything major that you found in that?
Well, basically, it's just like last week. Actually, like I never practiced before the actual sessions. But then in qualifying, I find magical pace. In Laguna Seca, I had pole, and now I had P2. And yeah, I just found a good line in the last corner for a good exit. Gained me like 2 tenths maybe, and yeah, that was qualifying.
Yeah, absolutely. And then the race got underway. A flying start from you, first of all, to take the lead in the opening meters, and then it was all action, especially near the start for you. In about the first 10 minutes, you were involved in quite a lot of battling until then you were able to get away. But of course, you had that big moment with Crespo where you made a bit of contact with him. Can you talk us through that moment?
Yeah, I feel very sorry for him, but like before going to the corner, the straight is a bit curved, and there he pinched me off. So that's already something. And then in the corner, he just, yeah, in my opinion, he just turned into me, but I will talk to him about it later.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of conversations that go into that. So we'll let you quickly take a deep breath, and then, of course, we will get ourselves Augustiniak, who finished second place, and then we'll get Rye after that in third, and then we'll let all three of you talk as well. But yes, we're going to get Augustiniak once again for the second week in a row, and we'll also get to speak to Rye for the second week in a row. It works out absolutely perfectly. Augustiniak, not the win. Second place once again for the second race in a row. But you had to deploy some of those brilliant attacking and defending skills. You, of course, had to do a lot of that in your battle with Krishiki a few weeks ago. Then with Rai last week. And then with Rai again, but this time for second. If we can hear from Augustiniak. I think there might be a couple of technical issues on his side, so we'll let him get that sorted, and then he can interrupt me whenever he has got that fixed. But yes, Augustiniak really performing well over the last few rounds, and I'm sure he will be looking to continue on into the final. And as I mentioned, he could be a driver to watch when it comes to the championship fight next season. But yes, Augustiniak will get his mic working, and then we'll be able to speak to him. So I think we'll quickly drag Rai up here as well. So we'll get Rai in, so we can get that interview done, and then we'll of course speak with Augustiniak. So Rai, well, how about that then? A third position. You've extended your championship lead, but overall, what's your thoughts on this result? Did you think there was anything better that you could have done today, considering it looked like your pace wasn't as good as some of the other racetracks?
I mean, I'm not even sure if I'll keep this position. It was really, really like I had some. I think it was with Ronnie. I had some really bad incident with him, and I think that might just push me out of P3. And I'm not happy about this because you want to win, you want to battle for the win, and that's what I think most of us are here for. I mean, at least the the top 10 seems to be a pretty competitive for the P1, so I think that we are all trying to win, and when we are losing, we are not happy. And yeah, there are some things I'm not happy about outside the race with some rules and stuff. And yeah, we'll just have to try to be better for the next race, I guess.
Yep, absolutely. You still got a good buffer in the championship. Do you think you'll be able to bring it home, or do you think Code Mayonnaise will get a chance at Imola? Of course, Imola, a track we've already done in these cars. So, how do you think you'll do around there?
I mean, we've been there once. I was really competitive there. As if you can remember, I pulled back 10 positions after my drive-through penalty. But I mean, we'll have to see. Maybe Victor will be quick, and maybe some other drivers will be quick this time. And yeah, it just all depends on how everybody else practices and stuff like that.
Yeah, loads of quick drivers coming in as well to the league lately, and we'll of course have more drivers most likely when it comes to Imola next week. Out a little bit low on attendance compared to what we usually have, considering we always have some brilliant attendance as well. But what would the championship mean to you? Of course, all of the drivers that come in here always do dream and want that championship. So, what would the championship mean to you? Of course, you haven't got it yet, but it looks like you can get it possibly next week in the final. You've got a good advantage, so if you can just pull off a great result like you usually do, you'll be able to secure it. So, yeah, what would a championship really mean to you?
I mean, it's always in that moment when you get it, then you understand what it means to you, really. But I mean, the feeling would be great, of course. Winning a championship would mean that you have won the whole thing, and I mean, I'll be happy for a evening or a day after that, and then we're just gonna focus on the season after that, and gonna try to get some good results in season 3, and that's what we're aiming for.
Absolutely. Augustniak's mic is not working. Maybe I'd recommend just joining on phone, if you can. And then just use your phone mic, possibly, for this one. Or, yeah, as Dante's exactly said at the same time, possibly through a laptop, of course. We don't really mind the quality. We'd rather just be able to speak to our driver. So we'll quickly then do Augustniak, and then, of course, we'll move on to... and hear from all three of them at the same time. So we're just going to let Augustniak rejoin on another device. So we're able to get the words in from him. And definitely, in terms of for next season, I think it will be interesting to hear about some of his goals when it comes towards that. Considering the pace he's shown over the last few rounds has been absolutely brilliant, as we've already mentioned. But battles were absolutely brilliant once more. And hard battling as well. We had quite a lot of that. A little bit more contact today. I think a lot of battles did definitely go on for so long that there was always going to be contact at some point, and that contact did happen. So we're going to hopefully head to some clean racing at Imola, but exciting racing. We absolutely don't want them to all just sit behind each other. We want them to go for moves and go for some absolutely incredible overtaking. And around Imola, it's a challenging circuit. You're going to get loads of challenging corners where you could see drivers off into the gravel trap, and plenty of opportunities then come with it when so many moments we see drivers who will drivers who have to really think about it when they're going for any moves. True moment of brinkmanships we get around that circuit. Loads of challenging corners. But it means if they are going to go side by side, it can get a bit tensed. It can get a bit frenetic. Augustniak has jumped back in with us, so we're going to try and speak with him now. So, Victor Augustniak, let's see whether we can speak with the man who finished in second place for the second race in a row. That's not a stat that he wants to hear at all, though. Could he convert it into first for next time out? So I've given him the invite to come and speak with me as well. So hopefully he will be able to jump in and talk with us. And then we'll be able to see what he has to say about the race that took place. And really, yeah, we already mentioned this, but do keep an eye. I've sent him a couple of invites, so hopefully it should be all working for him as he tries to get that sorted out. Didn't really go Marge's day, of course. He retired today, so we had Marge retiring from the race today, meaning that will pretty much bring him out of the championship battle, meaning that really you need things to go wrong for Rai, and it would really need to go in the way of code bayonets for this to change. We are going to invite Victor once again and hope that it does work, because it looks like he's having some issues about joining. Yes, so hopefully we'll be able to get him. If not, then we could... Well, I don't know how much I trust the server to be able to just go in general, because it looks like he can't come in and speak. I don't know how much I trust the server to go in general as well. And here we go. So it's coming up for me that I've sent him a invite well, but yeah, we don't seem to be able to get it working. I'm unsure how much I would trust this server to be able to go in general, just to be able to speak with him, and then we'll come back straight away for okay, Spapen will try and make a private chat call. We're going to do that. We're going to do that. So a private chat call will be made, and then at least then we'll be able to speak with him. As I can tell that it's all going quite wild. Pretty much after the race, even after the race. But yes, we're gonna get a private call, because probably if we decided to go in general, what would happen is it would go pretty wild with random people joining and giving us some opinions, which I don't think we all want. The top 3 get the special privilege of joining us up here in the commentary box, and we definitely want to keep it that way and keep the conversations nice and civil as well. So, if you're wondering why I'm not looking at the camera, by the way, I'm mostly just focused on this Discord to see what is going on, just to see where we are heading. Okay, we're just going to join general chat for a moment. And then I think what's going to happen is I'll get dragged. Am I in general and interviews at the same time? I haven't left. Okay, well that's one of the... Okay. Well, that is one of the most weirdest things. It looks like I've managed to get in interviews and in general at the same time. How exciting is that? Getting into interviews and general at the same time. Alright, okay. Well, deep breath. Deep breath. We're going to get Rye in. We're going to hopefully get Augustniak in as well. And then looks like we'll do our debrief as well from the race. We'll let the top 3 debrief in this call straight afterwards. But yes, we're putting in a lot of effort to get Augustniak, because we absolutely would like to hear from him. And we have some great questions for him as well, considering the pace levels and the talent he's been able to show us in the last few races. So we're going to get Augustniak to join general chat, where after that he will be able to be dragged in, and then it means that no one else can join us in here, and we can still speak to Victor Augustniak. And there we go, he's in general, and hopefully if his mic works, then we'll be able to speak to him. Victor Augustniak, can you hear us?
Hello. Can you hear me?
There we go. Absolutely incredible. We can speak to Victor Augustniak, the driver who finished
Finally.
in second. But, well, it was a very interesting race for you. If I go back to the question that I was asking earlier on, of course, you've had some last lap battles. This time, it was for second place, and it was with Rye once again. So, how did you find that race?
I mean, it was pretty tough. I had a really bad start, and I dropped down to 6th, I think. And I needed to recover from it. So it was really tough. But at the end, second place, I mean, I'm happy with that.
Okay, great stuff. So, did you feel like that you were a bit more experienced when it came to the battle with Rye today? Of course, you've had now a couple of goes at battling hard with drivers near the end of races. So do you think that every time you do it, you get better and better with how to handle these types of battling?
Well, of course, previous at Laguna Seca, like you just said, I was battling with Rai, and now I was more prepared for his style of defending and attacking. So yeah, definitely, I learned something from these battles.
Okay, well, 2 more questions for you then before we get everyone back in. Well, heading into Imola next time out, what do you think you'll be able to manage there?
Honestly, we'll see. I can't say too much because I don't know. It's everything can happen. So yeah.
Unpredictable. We like it. But quick question then on next season. Of course, we still yet to announce tracks and cars and any of that. But with the pace that you've shown over the last few rounds, will it be the championship you'll be aiming for when you go into next season?
Well, of course, I have a pretty good pace and pretty good battling skills, I can say. So definitely, I can battle with the top drivers from standings. I think championship is uh, achievable.
Okay, absolutely. Now, before I get everyone back in, just a quick word. The race next week will be my final race. As ACSL commentator, due to everything kicking off in real life, it means that I will no longer be able to continue covering this amazing league. So that's just a quick message. Of course, I'll say my goodbyes next week. But just one quick thing ahead of the final that will take place next week. It's been absolutely brilliant. And I will definitely miss calling some of these amazing races that we absolutely get week in, week out. But the show will absolutely go on, and make sure you do join our Discord server for all of the information that will be released ahead of next season. But enough about that. It's going to be time to hear from Augustniak, Rai, and Dantis Papen in our version of the cooldown room.
Well, you guys gave me the win.
Not to be fair, I'm gonna be real honest here. The first part of the battle, when everything was going smoothly, we were actually, in my opinion, if I'm correct, we were actually faster, and you didn't gain any time. But after
Yeah, I
we had
think so
our bit
too.
of a moment, after we had our moment with Victor, then I kinda just dropped back, and yeah, then I got beat 3. Couldn't
Yeah.
really fight again, and then you got in front. But I wanna I wanna ask about that Raul incident, because I had the VIP tickets for that. I saw that first. What happened, mate?
Wait, the what incident?
Raul, with Raul.
Raul. I mean, in my
Yeah.
opinion, he just turns in on me. Like, I'm trying to make the corner, he's like already pinching me off, and then he decides to, turn in earlier than you should with someone on your inside. So that's what I
Oh.
just think.
Okay.
Rai, I have a question for you.
Yes, go ahead.
It was you that. Sorry. It was you who dive bombed me into turn 1 on first lap, because
Yes,
someone
right.
did it, and I was so far off and
Oh, in
dropped
the first lap,
some places.
what happened?
Yeah.
What happened in the first lap was that Chingeru went on full on insides. Then you were on the right side. I went into the middle, and then I was just kinda in the middle of it, and then everything happened, and that's like how the first lap incidents are.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, there
I
was
mean,
were in the
no
middle.
problem, hard racing, but I was like, what the hell? Who bumped me from the left?
Yeah, makes
But
sense.
it's okay. Yeah, so what do you think about my defending?
I realized that you had like gotten like better. I realized that you knew how to defend against me, and yeah, I had to battle against. Felt like I had to battle against myself, but other than that, I felt like I kinda got my way around the defending, and sometimes. I mean, I did get past you in some places, and next to you. And yeah, but the battle was nice, and I liked it. I liked it very much.
Yeah, me too. It was really tough. I'm all sweaty again.
Dante, walk us through your race.
I mean, it's pretty. I mean, it was kind of boring, like the last part, but I was still shitting my pants because even though you guys were battling, you were getting closer, and I knew that. And I was like, please send something stupid. But like from the start, I knew Roni's starts of the line aren't that good because we had the same front row in the fun race with the TCR, and I basically overtook him the same way there. And yeah, I already told him in general, like, I'm on your inside, mate. But no, after that it's like driving, and then Raul came. Yeah, I talked about that. I think he just turned in on me after pinching me down, and then I just kept driving, and then Victor came behind me. He was like getting very close, and then he made a little mistake in the last corner, and then you could catch up to him again, and then you guys started your like 6-lap fight or something.
Like I had so good pace. My best lap was 1:53.1 in offline, and I joined the server, and my lap times are just 1:54 and stuff like that. I was so mad because I knew I had the pace, but I just couldn't get the good time. You know I'm pretty sure you know the feeling when you feel like you are driving like you did your fastest lap,
Yeah.
but it's so slow. You know, that's what I felt like. I felt like everything was right, everything was the same, but I just couldn't get enough time. And it was annoying me because I knew I could be faster, but I couldn't. And then in the middle of the race or something, I got my pace back. But that's the most common thing with me, that I'm not good with one lap pace. My pace is just building up in the race. So yeah.
Well, I got quite opposite because in single I had best lap 1:53.6, I think, and in the race 1:52, just like that. I don't know what happened, but yeah.
Hard pushing, maybe.
Yeah. I'm basically just always slow in the race. I just depend on like racecraft and good starts.
I mean, you do make quite a bit of mistakes, as I've seen. I honestly, I don't. If you take Laguna Seca for example,
Shut the
you gave you
uh,
gave away P1 for me. You gave away P3 to Mardu, and I mean, I don't have nothing else to say really.
yeah, but this race I made no mistakes and I won. I mean,
Maybe
I
it
was
was
lucky
Good for
that
you.
you guys just started battling. I was lucky. I knew I was starting to thank God that you guys were like battling. I knew if these guys battle one more lap, I win the race.
I was like, Victor, stop! We gotta play together. We gotta catch Dante. But it
I
didn't
was
happen.
like the same, but we were side by side all the time, and I was like, oh man, it
But the
was
problem was,
really hard to like no play together.
yeah, but like it was so frustrating when one and first and second sector I was just gaining like half a second on Dante, you and Raul, and then the third sector or the exit to the straight, you know, the long straight. You guys just flew away, got that half second back. I was like, what? How do you like do that? Like, like
Really, I thought I was pretty slow on the last turn.
no, I was talking about
Like
Dante and Raul.
Dante, yeah, Dante was like rocket ship.
Yes.
I mean, mid-race I was fast. I mean, but like not super fast, but faster than like battle pace, and you guys were always like touching each other. So that's the only reason I got away, I think, because my gap was at the biggest time maybe 4 seconds, and that was before Victor could start chasing me at the end. Because then he put like 2 fastest lap of the race. That was like insane.
Do you know who got pole, by the way? No,
Ronnie,
Paul. Sorry,
Ronnie,
fastest lap in the race.
yeah, you
you
did
got
on the last lap.
in the yes,
Oh, okay.
1:33.005.
Like
I
last
remember
2
it.
laps were your fastest laps
Okay,
again of
okay.
the race in total.
Sorry, I guess.
But no, like I always wonder why I'm like so quick in quali, but I never practice and I never and I in race I am shit. I have quali pace, but I am not good in a race.
But let's be
Not a-
real. You have driven this car for like what now? 5 races. Like you just get to know the car. You don't even need to practice. You just need to, like Fernando Alonso said, 1 lap and you know the whole track. You know that's it. The warm-up lap is everything you need.
That's the dude who did offline practice. Okay, okay.
Hey, shush! Shut your
Offline
mouth.
practice.
Shush. Let's not talk about it. You were the one tired before every race, you know.
I am, and I had
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah.
No,
stop.
my hand
Okay.
was also injured because I'm like a
Ah.
star volleyball player.
Star volleyball player. Okay.
Outside racing, I am a pro volleyball player. That's not true.
Ah, okay.
I'm too
Yeah.
short for volleyball.
Yeah, I train dolphins in my free time.
Ah, yeah.
I only train badminton, so yeah.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, this chat is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
Brain rot for the stream.
Yeah.
Yeah, should I say
Official ACSL brain rots.
something? Should I say something?
Go ahead.
Skibidi Dante.
No. No.
Oh,
Okay.
okay, I'm done.
Maybe we should get like actual race topics to talk about instead of Skibidi Dante and that you have dolphins in your backyard.
Yeah, sure. Nothing really
Like-
to talk.
Okay. How much do you practice offline, Rai?
Yeah, I did like maybe like before Imola, I did 5 laps
Before
maybe.
Imola. Yeah.
Before Imola.
Before today, you mean?
No, before Imola I did like 5 laps, and before today I did like 5 laps also.
5 laps.
Yes,
In practice,
to get the note.
like now I did 7 laps. 7 laps. All I needed is P2 quali.
Nice, mate. Good for you. Not everybody is as talented as you are, okay?
Thank you.
Yes.
But I
relax.
think you're a good dolphin trainer.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh well, I'm surprised. We've got some quiet. Wow, that was quite a lot of fun. For anyone wondering, yes, I did intend to have my camera on just so I could react to this chat. So I decided to first of all create this in the middle of that. I decided to do an Instagram and Facebook story in the middle, which you would have seen me recording myself on this camera, all live on stream, and I've decided to, and I also got the opportunity to read about thousands of WhatsApp messages as well. So lots has happened in that, loads of words, loads of things to process, but yes, all fun, all interesting, and let's just say enjoy it while we have it, but perfect stuff. That is going to absolutely bring an end to this round. We're going to let the drivers say their final words though. So yes, we're going to let them say their final words, whatever that might be. It might be about racing, it might be about something else. But yeah, who wants to go first?
I'll give my last words to the people. Make sure to join the Discord and join the races. And like Rai at Kialami, think different.
Yeah, subscribe to the channel and like the streams. Go watch all of the streams, and join the server. That's it from me. Goodbye.
And finally, Augustniak.
Well, what can I say? I hope. Bye bye.
Okay.
No, we see each other in next week.
Absolutely.
Bye.
Bye. Well, okay, I can leave this Discord call. Quite a lot happened. Quite a lot of stuff that I didn't expect, but it happened anyway. Okay, well, yeah, that brings an end to this incredible stream. I would like to thank absolutely everyone, and yes, I really enjoyed the last few months, but we still have one more week to come. Still one more week to come. That is when we can say the goodbyes. That's when we can say the goodbyes. But until that next week, enjoy your week. And we will see you when we crown a champion. Goodbye.